Coming up, Year of the Virus. 2020 began with the rapid spread of COVID-19, but ended with hope as the vaccine makes its way across the U.S.
Black Lives Matter. The death of George Floyd at the hands of Minneapolis police officer sparks peaceful protests, rallies, and riots across the country.
Election showdown. Joe Biden wins the U.S. presidential election, and Kamala Harris is the first woman to become vice president.
National Spotlight. South Bend schools are featured on Good Morning America and receive a special gift to our students and teachers.
All this and more during our 2020 Year in Review edition of Buzz in the Bend.
From our studios at Riley High School, it's time for Michiana's award-winning student talk show, Buzz in the Bend.
Hello and welcome to the special edition of Buzz in the Bend. I'm Ethan Hems from Riley High School.
And I'm Marisha Brown from Clay High School. 2020 has been quite a year. From the pandemic to marches for social change to the U.S. elections, SBS-TV has been here to bring you the latest coverage.
Pete Buttigieg is the new U.S. Secretary of Transportation, and we have followed him from our mayor of South Bend, Indiana, to Democratic presidential candidate. In early March of last year, Buttigieg made an unexpected announcement at a rally right here in his hometown.
I will no longer seek to be the 2020 Democratic nominee for president, but I will do everything in my power to ensure that we have a new Democratic president come January.
Tonight, former South Bend Mayor Pete Buttigieg has suspended his run for presidency. Buttigieg announced his run for president back in 2019 of April in his hometown of South Bend.
Initially, I was really disappointed. I can't think of a better candidate and a better person for our country right now than Pete, but also super proud to be from South Bend and to have people get to experience his knowledge and his word.
Buttigieg was traveling to a campaign rally in Texas where he took a detour to his hometown of South Bend, Indiana to break the news that he was dropping out of the race just days before Super Tuesday. President Donald Trump took to Twitter to react to the news, saying, quote, "This is the real beginning of the Dems taking Bernie out of play."
I'm from London, but I'm actually at the University of Notre Dame right now, so I'm kind of involving myself in American politics a little bit more than I might be back home. Judging by how popular he is around South Bend, I think he did a great job. I mean, you can only really judge someone based on the opinions of people who live here, and I think the vast majority of people that I've talked to saw him as a great mayor who pushed for great social change and really made South Bend a better place. Yeah.
Was it hard for you to support him?
Not at all. Not at all. I'm not going to say I didn't think about it, but at the same time, the way that he talked about his husband is the way that I talk about my husband. And the things that are important to them as a family are the things that are important to me and my family. And when he talked about inclusion, which I certainly can appreciate as an African American woman, that was just a part of him, just like me being African American is just a part of me, and him having a husband is just a part of him, and that's just it. What do we have in common? And that's what I appreciated about him.
This is Bernardo Malone, reporter for SBS-TV News.
2 weeks later, President Donald Trump declared a national emergency due to COVID-19. Schools across the country, as well as non-essential businesses, closed. But that didn't stop us. We continued to broadcast from our homes, and we provided breaking news and community coverage throughout the pandemic.
Nationwide, panic strikes as customers deplete food and supplies, leaving retailers out of stock on many staples. Our local Walmart in South Bend was no exception.
We're limiting the amount of stuff, the high item stuff, the toilet paper, the milk, eggs, and things like that, so that it's fair for everybody to at least get something.
I think people should react to it just like a normal virus, which people should just, stop buying a lot of the stuff, give the stores more time to restock on their items.
We really don't have to get that much food to, like they restock every day and stuff, so why do you have to go out there and grab all that food and stuff from others,
There's no shortage of supplies, no shortage of food. Even though the supermarket, your local supermarket, might be empty.
Walmart closes at 11 o'clock each night, not only to restock, but to conduct a thorough cleaning.
We're actually putting together a cleaning crew that all they're going to do when they come in at night is do nothing but clean. And now at night when we close down, since we're closing early, we're cleaning all the registers every night, making sure that it stays clean and fresh for the customers. That way we're at least eliminating germs that way.
We should blame the media for this, because the media is making it seem like we're running out of food, running out of toilet paper, and people just freaking out for no reason.
Stay strong, stick together, we're gonna make it.
For SBS-TV, I'm David Saleh.
Last spring, despite restrictions and despair, one neighborhood still found an enjoyable way to come together during quarantine and experience a little bit of hope.
We love it out here. We like to take care of each other, and Gatlin's doing that.
A new trend is rising amid the coronavirus pandemic. Communities across the world are finding new ways to interact with friends and neighbors, all while practicing physical distancing. It's easy to see why we take socialization with friends and family for granted, and it's also easy to see why we get a little bored. But Gatlin Narragon of South Bend wants to change that. His neighborhood set up a Facebook group to keep tabs on everyone while they're hunkering down, and he thought of a perfect idea. Why not have a concert in his front yard?
I felt it's just a nice way to give people something to do while still keep their distance from each other and get out and have a little bit of normalcy back in their life.
Recently, we started a neighborhood Facebook page just to kind of bring neighbors together, give people someplace safe where they could talk about things going on in the neighborhood. Gatlin was one of the first guys that joined and came up with this idea. Hey, I've got a talent, and being stuck at home isn't a great thing, and it's starting to wear on people. How about I do a little concert in my front yard?
Even some familiar faces showed up. Barry Narragon, famously known in the area as Sparky the Clown.
It's just a day, beautiful. It's good to be alive.
Even though these are uncertain times, it's heartwarming to see that everyone is optimistic and that we'll get through this together.
Stay strong, unite, take care of one another.
In South Bend, I'm Alex Almanza, SBS-TV News.
On May 25th, George Floyd, an African-American, was killed in Minneapolis while being arrested for allegedly using a counterfeit bill. Peaceful protests, along with incidents of rioting, took place across the country. Here in South Bend, we brought you live coverage from several marches and events supporting Black Lives Matter.
Hundreds of people gathered in downtown South Bend Friday afternoon for a Black Lives Matter protest.
The war is won. We will be sure.
Many grieving mothers took the stage pleading for justice for their loved ones.
I could be out here rampaging. I could commit my own attempted murder and recklessness. But this person was not charged with murder. They let her walk. Them walk. And I want justice for my son.
Protesters then marched to the courthouse where community members had their chance to let their voices be heard.
I don't think the point is violence. I think that everyone is just trying to make a statement. We're trying to be heard. And if this is the only way that people are being heard, this is the way they're responding. So we're going to try to be out here peacefully and do what we can to do our part.
When you go home and when you talk to your friends, please talk about this. Right now, every single one of you, metaphorically, you are standing on a page of history, and you should be proud of that.
For SBS-TV, I'm Bernardo Malone.
It was a surreal and almost devastating end to last school year. Fortunately, our seniors did have an in-person graduation ceremony, and they also received some incredible well wishes from a few local and national celebrities.
Hey, South Bend class of 2020, congratulations. I know it's been kind of a rough year, but you know, when I graduated in '68, we all got drafted, okay? You guys, you have to sit home and watch TV. Well, that's not so bad, but this coronavirus thing will be over. Besides, you can watch Buzz in the Bend. That's what I've been doing the whole time. Love that show.
Hey, South Bend, class of 2020. Congratulations to all you guys. This is Dean Norris. I graduated from Clay High School there a few years ago. What a great achievement to make it through, you guys. And sorry it has to be during this COVID-19 crazy quarantine thing. Live your best life, and congratulations.
To South Bend High in Indiana,
want to wish you all congratulations and know that you will go on to great success. Why? Because you've been forged in this pandemic. And if you can survive this, I know that you will go on to great things. So from all of us at the Today Show, I'm Al Roker, wishing you, the class of 2020, all the best.
Hey, South Bend High School class of 2020. This is Knox County, Tennessee Mayor Glenn Jacobs, also known as WWE Superstar Kane. Man, it's been quite a year, hasn't it? But I just want to congratulate you guys on this wonderful accomplishment and wish you the best of luck in all your future endeavors.
During the summer, COVID-19 restrictions slowly lifted. With a feeling of optimism for the new school year, our graduates spent several months creating a special gift for our media program.
So when I came into the program, there were sort of a few minimal set pieces around that, they had built upon, some chairs and a few walls. We kind of upgraded some of those a little bit to continue to improve the backgrounds and sets that we had. And it wasn't really finally until Alex and Bernardo were graduating this past year, we really wanted to go for it, and they wanted to do it as a senior gift.
So we did some computer modeling and we figured out some different sets. And we finally decided on one particular design. And it was this one right behind me. And it struck me in so many different ways. It was very portable. You can move it around in different configurations. It was long summer days. We couldn't build it here. COVID struck. So we couldn't really get into the building. And we eventually ended up building it at our instructor Tim Richardson's house, and rented a U-Haul, brought it back here.
Well, this whole year I've been really impressed with the work that you all have done in the CTE and the videography department. You've worked hard, whether it's late breaking news or school board meetings or even graduation, and you have all done a terrific job. And so even today's set was impressive and another sign of the outstanding work that you do.
We feel it's really important for us to have industry informed, industry engaged, and industry partnered programs right within our career and technical education programs. So having programs that match what's happening in the real world, very important that we can mirror that, and then also blend the lines between the two so our students are already in the workforce by the time they get out of high school, hopefully.
So I'm just amazed. I'm amazed at the work that went into it. I'm amazed how professional it looks. I'm amazed at the love and care that went into it. What you guys have done to TV, radio, broadcasting, or the media aspect of it is your name is out there, and many people throughout the city know you, and they have connected you to Riley.
We have plenty of things to do in this program. You can be behind the cameras, you can be in the director room, you can be in a radio booth doing live radio shows. There's so many opportunities you can get in this class.
There's just a lot you can experiment with in this class. The more people we have, the bigger and better things we can do.
Thanks for joining us today. We've got a lot to cover today.
And welcome to the Thanksgiving edition to WETO's News Magazine.
Good morning, Riley High School. It's time for another edition of WETO.
Good morning, and welcome to the second edition of the 2017-2018 SBS-TV News Magazine.
Good morning, Michiana. I'm Alex Almanza.
I'm Cecily Ball.
And I'm John Janiak.
In protest of these proposals, all St. Joseph County Public Library branches closed early last Thursday evening.
In the fall, Good Morning America came to Riley High School for a live broadcast to recognize South Bend schools who, during the pandemic, provided buses with free Wi-Fi to neighborhoods that needed it the most.
So let's try it. You ready? Go!
I'm very excited to be here. Good Morning America is here live in South Bend, Indiana. We're getting nationwide recognition with regard to the work that we've done with providing access to students, for students rather, with our Wi-Fi and our buses, going to areas where we don't have as good Wi-Fi as we do in other areas.
We're just excited. You know, Raleigh High School was identified as one of the most distinguished schools in the nation. So we're a magnet and computer science school. We have a lot of awesome athletic programs. We got a lot of amazing teachers.
We'll get you a real one of these, but $20,000 for the school district, for the South Bend Community School District to fund teacher projects.
It's exciting, but you know what? It's also about our students, it's about our board, it's about our team's hard work, and to see our students here and to make sure that we're providing Wi-Fi not only for families, but for students, so the parents can access resources.
Well, I think it's a great thing to help out the community. It is very generous. It's just a huge surprise, and it's going to be very, very helpful.
The year ended with the heated U.S. elections. We brought you exclusive coverage through our Election Day special, daily updates, and a live broadcast of President Joe Biden's acceptance speech. This was also a record year for early voting, with over 100 million votes cast in advance.
Many people are here at the St. Joseph County Public Building, where they are here to cast their vote ahead of the 2020 election, which is November 3rd.
I think what's most important is the school board. There are 2 at-large members, and I think locally you can make a bigger impact on your elections, even more so than nationally. You know, it's the first time we've done this. It's just that, you know, one more thing that you want to get accomplished.
Despite early voting being popular and successful among local citizens, voters still had to follow COVID-19 guidelines to ensure a safe voting environment.
It wasn't bad. Everybody stayed a distance. They had plenty of hand sanitizer. I think South Bend is actually going kind of in the right direction right now. I think with some of the police reforms and things are looking better.
And we're blessed to be able to come out here and do this. And everybody should. It's your civic duty. Nothing's going to change if we don't do it.
Reporting for SBS-TV, I'm Davis Hawley.
Thank you for joining us on Buzz in the Bend review of 2020. As always, be sure to click that subscribe button and tap the bell icon to get notified when we upload a new video.
Make sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And tune in to our 24/7 student radio station, WETL 91.7 The Mix.
We wish you all the very best in 2021.